we've got striker Amari Carter here. We'll go jump right into questions. Please use the hand raise function. I know someone has the question for Amari. All right, Manny Navarro, start off with you.
Sorry, man, got knocked off and had to sign back in. Amari, just congrats on the last 2 wins, man. I'm sure you guys must be excited about that. You've been here a while. You know what it's like for this team. Sometimes they can't handle success, right? Where it gets the guys' heads and maybe they lose focus. Why do you think this group is different? Or why should we expect them to come out on Saturday and do what they got to do against Georgia Tech?
Well, first, we're a team. We have high expectations for ourselves. We expect a win when we get on the field. But honestly, we're not. We haven't had success. We're not defining success by the 2 games that we just won in a row. Even though those are wins, when we win, it's a big thing because winning is not easy. But moving on, we haven't had success, so we don't have any reason to stop trying to build up to those expectations that we have.
And I guess just from a leadership perspective, obviously, you guys have always followed Derek's lead, but now it's kind of different. Tyler's kind of stepping into that role. How would you describe him, man, and the way maybe the team rallies around him and what he does?
Right. Tyler, he's a calm and collected person. Derek is too. He's done a good job of, stepping into, the QB1 position, leading the offense, leading his team. And I think, a lot of what he does is allow his play to talk for him. So you see him, when he gets in those situations where, we need a play to happen, he's making that pass, and, the wide receivers, the running backs, the O-line, they're doing a good job making sure that, the plays are being executed.
And the last one from me, I know I'm asking 3, but I don't see a lot of hands up, so I figured I'll go for another one. As a pass defense, I know you guys gave up a lot of yards to Pickett, but you've played a lot of great quarterbacks. How do you think that's prepared you maybe for November? All the great QBs you've seen, and then if you could just talk about, what Georgia Tech's guy does.
Right. So yeah, we're in the ACC. It's a lot of athletic quarterbacks, and it's you don't get a pass from one team to the next. Every single team, they have their quarterback, and these quarterbacks that we're seeing, they're dual threat quarterbacks. They can make a play on the ground and they can make it in the air. So this upcoming weekend, we have Jeff Sims, quarterback of Georgia Tech. He's another guy, that can make a play through the air. He has a big arm, and then he can make plays on the ground with his feet. So he's another dual threat quarterback that can make a lot happen.
Thank you.
Go now to Kobe Price from the Sun Sentinel. Kobe.
Hey, Amari. I've been asking a couple coaches and a couple of teammates about this, but with the tackling, it seems like you guys have, had a little bit of a turnaround these past couple of games. I guess what wasn't working at the beginning of the year, and I guess what have you guys focused on in practice to change that?
Right. So, just these last 2 games, we just been, making an emphasis on wrapping up, continuing to, ball carry with good technique, good fundamentals. But a lot of it is just, pursuing to the ball and making sure that, we try to keep our leverage. We try to tackle, the way that we're taught, squeeze the thigh board, and bring them to the ground. But I just feel like there's been, how would you say it, just something between, the players that we want to get better at tackling. We don't want to be known as a team, a defense, that won't tackle. So I think that's just something that, just the defense we want for ourselves. Of course we want it for ourselves, but we made a big emphasis on it.
So it's based on what you're saying, was it almost like a pride thing where you're just like, guys, we have to be more proud in how we tackle, like we can't be called the worst tackling team and yada, yada, yada. It was almost like that.
Well, I think it goes back more to, like the expectations that we have for ourselves. It's not really, what, the outside people are saying, but it's, when we look at each other, we want to be you get tired of going to meetings and you have this missed tackle, you have that missed tackle, but it's more of a expectation between each other. When I look over to Corey, our middle linebacker, I don't want to look him in the face when I just missed the tackle, and likewise. So I feel like just towards each other we have that that bond, or that relationship, or that expectation that we want to be a good tackling defense.
And this is the last one for me. Are there any drills that you guys, I guess, new drills, revamped drills that you guys introduced in practice to really key in on that? The techniques?
I wouldn't necessarily say new drills, but like I said, we emphasize just like wrapping up more in practice. During like third situations, we wrap up, and then a lot of it is just the pursuit to the ball. It's hard to run it. It's hard to break out for big plays if it's 5, 6, 7 guys straight into the ball. So that's another thing, just the pursuit.
Last question for Amari comes from Cal Freed at WVUM. Cal, go ahead.
Hey, Amari, I wanted to ask about James Williams and Cam Kinchins, two guys that didn't play very much at the start of the season, but these last couple of weeks have made some great plays. And, you formerly a safety, how has it been seeing those two develop and make these huge plays against two very good opponents these last 2 weekends?
Right. So I just, been really excited for, the growth of James and Cam. They're younger guys during the summer when I was working out, like they were always there with me, working out, doing extra work. They're always in the meeting room, getting extra film sessions with their DB coach, Coach T-Rob. And it's just, when you see guys put in work like that, you're excited to see them reap what they sow. So I'm really excited for them. And I'm just, pulling for them that they continue to, have good seasons, and that they continue to, not just be where they are now, but continue to get better. And, as they mature, I only expect them, to continue to get better. So they haven't reached anywhere near their ceiling. They're really young guys who carry themselves as, mature, older guys. So they're doing great right now. And I just look for them to continue to do great things.
Amari, thank you very much for your time.
All right. Thank you.